Today, I'll explore how businesses are expanding their definition of success. Business with purpose means pursuing financial performance while also addressing meaningful social or environmental needs. We'll examine social ventures, B corporations, and the broader movement of organizations that place mission alongside profit. Together, these models challenge the traditional assumption that business and positive impact must exist separately. They also raise important questions about how companies create value, how success should be measured, and what responsible leadership looks like in a modern business environment. Today's discussion is organized around four connected themes. We'll begin by comparing traditional businesses with social business models, focusing on what distinguishes mission-driven organizations from conventional firms. Next, we'll define social ventures by looking at their origins, structures, and real-world examples. We'll then examine B corporations, including certifications, standards, and what that designation means for a company. Finally, we'll consider impact, challenges, and the future of social enterprise, especially how success is measured in an evolving landscape. The goal is to connect business models with meaningful social impact. This slide marks a fundamental shift in how we define the purpose of business. Milton Friedman's well-known view placed the primary responsibility on increasing profits for shareholders. But that idea is increasingly being challenged by a broader stakeholder perspective, one that considers employees, communities, the environment, and society as a whole. The clearest signal came in 2019, when the Business Roundtable released a statement signed by 181 CEOs. It moved away from shareholder primacy and toward creating value for multiple stakeholders, not shareholders alone. When we ask, "Where does your business stand?" it's important to recognize that social enterprise is not an either-or category. Businesses operate along a spectrum, from primarily profit-driven organizations to those guided almost entirely by social or environmental mission. The key distinction is that CSR is a program, while a social venture is a business model. As we move across the spectrum, accountability structures change, and the appropriate legal structure may also vary depending on the country and the organization's purpose. A social venture combines a discipline of entrepreneurship with a clear social, environmental, or cultural mission. The mission comes first. Impact is a primary objective, not a side effect of doing business. At the same time, the organization generates earned revenue to fund its work, rather than relying only on donations. Effective social ventures are also scalable, meaning their solution can expand and replicate their impact. Finally, they're innovative, using new, market-based approaches to address problems that have remained difficult or entrenched. These examples show how social ventures connect business activity with measurable social impact. Tom's Shoes pioneered the one-for-one model, donating a pair of shoes for each pair sold, and later shifting to give one-third of profits to grassroots causes. Grameen Bank, founded by Muhammad Yunus, provides small loans, primarily to women, helping impoverished entrepreneurs build livelihoods. Warby Parker applies a similar mission to eyewear, disrupting the industry while training and employing people to distribute glasses in developing countries. The common thread is impact built into the business model. B Corporation is a company independently verified by B Lab for meeting rigorous standards in social and environmental performance, accountability, and transparency. Certification requires a score of at least 80 points on the B Impact Assessment. It also means a company is legally committed to considering the interests of all stakeholders, not only shareholders. Because these standards are ongoing, B corporations must recertify every 3 years. Today, more than 8,000 companies are certified across over 90 countries, reflecting a growing global movement toward responsible business. The B Impact Assessment evaluates a company across 5 connected pillars. Community looks at local economic impact, diversity, and civic engagement. Environment considers carbon emissions, resource use, and the supply chain. Workers focuses on fair wages, benefits, training, and safety, while customers addresses ethical marketing, privacy, and product impact. Governance examines how the mission is embedded legally, along with transparency and ethics. The key idea is holistic performance. Each pillar is scored and weighted, so no single area can compensate entirely for weaknesses elsewhere. These notable B corporations show that purpose can take different forms across industries and company sizes. Patagonia builds environmental activism directly into its business model, including donations tied to sales and a commitment to climate action. Ben & Jerry's has maintained a strong identity around social justice, fair trade, and environmental advocacy, even after becoming part of Unilever. Danone North America demonstrates that certification and accountability are possible at multinational scale. Together, these examples challenge the idea that responsible business is limited to small or niche companies. Social enterprises operate at the intersection of purpose and commercial reality, and that creates three persistent tensions. Mission drift can occur when financial pressure gradually pulls attention away from the original social purpose. Capital access is another challenge, because traditional investors prioritize financial returns, while the impact investing market remains relatively small. Finally, impact measurement is difficult. Demonstrating social return on investment requires rigorous frameworks, and many organizations do not yet have them. These tensions do not disqualify social ventures. They define the management challenges leaders must actively navigate. The future of purpose-driven business is not a niche movement. It reflects a fundamental shift in what society expects from companies. Social ventures unite mission and market. B Corp certification adds independent accountability, and leaders must navigate the defining challenge, balancing meaningful social impact with financial sustainability.